Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. It is the iRacing IROC Truck Series, sponsored by Spartan Logistics. We are here at Atlanta Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. I'm Alex Robinson. BJ Duvall is my producer slash second chair slash I don't know what to call you tonight. He's here. That's the great thing is you are here, and it's Truck Series here. And it's about a mile and a half at Atlanta tonight. It's going to be an entertaining one here, Truck Series. And you got to call last week's race. So give me a little rundown of what I missed last week at Daytona.
Last week at Daytona was great racing, side by side all night long. I'm actually looking right now to refresh my memory who the top three were. But I know it was awesome racing, and a lot of drivers were unable to finish, and I actually can't see the schedule, so I'm gonna have to shoot them a message and get a rundown of the top three and the points and everything. But I expect nothing less out of tonight, as we got Neil Quick sitting quick time, showing us just how quick he is.
I've already picked one of my favorite drivers, and it's just because of his last name. I've known a few guys with this last name. Joshua Funkhauser already is one of my favorite drivers here.
Funkhauser. I like the name Funkhauser. We had a lot of drivers that had some issues last week. Pretty sure both the Quicks ran into some issues. Brian McCann, I think it was Brian McCann actually won the race in his number 3 machine. He's sitting second quick right now. I'm working on figuring out who the other in the top 3 were.
Oh boy, and they're both sitting 1 and 2. They're sitting 2 and 3 right now in practice. And it's Brian McCann, Kevin McCann, and you're gonna learn real quickly. I mess up Kevin McCann and always call him James McCann. But there's a reason behind the madness. It's because I grew up watching Brian McCann and James McCann. Both were baseball players. So, I'm sorry again to Kevin McCann if I call him James by accident.
You'll have that. But getting ready to wrap up practice here. We got about 15 seconds left, and then we'll be rolling into qualifying. Our quick times out here right now for practice is Neil Quick with a 30.6, Brian McCann 30.713, Kevin McCann with a 30.719. So our top drivers are all very close in times. Very excited to see how tonight is going to play out. So practice has now ended. We're getting ready to roll into qualifying now, looking to see who the first driver out on track is. So far, I still don't have anybody rolling out yet. There's Kevin McCann. Looks like Kevin is getting ready to roll out now.
PJ, I'm going to let you talk for a little bit because I'm still trying to clean up this little cut that I got.
Alex is over here injuring himself on race night. Kevin McCann out on track right now. Everybody has now jumped out, but we're taking a look right now at Kevin McCann in that black and white number 33 machine. We saw him running in the top all night last week. See what he can put down as he takes the green flag now down the back straight away. So everybody going out on track at the same time. This is closed qualifying, so you're going to see times racking in very quickly. Kevin McCann goes quick time on his first lap with a 30.7. Vincent Short, 31.07. Brian McCann now moves into that second position. His first lap was a 30.82. You see times racking in very quick. Our top 5 right now is Kevin McCann, Brian McKibben, Aaron Smith, Tim Schofield. And if I'm not mistaken, Brian McKibben might have been 3rd last week. See Brian McCann finishing his second lap there with a 30.772. Kevin McCann with 30.6 on his second lap. Neil Quick out on track. Right now looking to set his first lap time. And Alex, I just got the points. I believe. Hunter Clark, Eric Dotson, Brian McCann. That was your top 3 last week. Brian McCann currently sitting as your points leader. Alex, I'm going to forward this to you because you're a lot better with this stuff than what I am.
DJ, by the way, you know, shop towels are a great friend, especially when you cut yourself.
Absolutely. And Quick getting a little loose there coming to the start-finish line for his time. Joshua Funkhauser, Alex, you said you were familiar with him. He is in the number 81 machine.
Not familiar with him. I'm familiar with that last name multiple times. But the 81 of Joshua Funkhauser on track here. But you know what? Again, I think Kevin McCann and Brian McCann are just going to mess with me now as they go 1 and 2 right now in qualifying. So this is going to be one of those nights where I'm going to sit here and I'm going to struggle and I'm going to call in James multiple times because I'm going to go from one McCann to another, and it's going to give me problems as you see Funkhauser goes 20th quick, 31.599 was his first time there. As his second time will improve to 14th quick on the board with a 31.091.
So all but 3 drivers out here so far tonight have a time in. Steve Singer out on track right now looking for his first time. We see Chris Wally right there move up to 15th as he put down a 31.1 second lap time. Out of turn number 2, and Steve Singer. I noticed that we were talking about that there a little bit ago while we were waiting to go live here. Alex, drivers looked like they were struggling out of turn number 2. I saw several cars turned around coming out of turn number 2 there. We see it bite another driver here in qualifying.
Oop, checkered flag is out.
Qualifying has concluded. We'll take a quick look at the qualifying results. Alex, I'll let you give us a rundown.
Kevin McCann goes quick time. Brian McCann, Aaron Smith, Neil Quick, Brian McCubbin. McCubbin?
I was going with McCubbin.
Okay. Well, we'll go with 2 different variations, and hopefully by the mid-race somebody gets annoyed and will tell us the right name.
Well, I was kind of hoping for that last week, and because I was getting a lot of corrections in the chat over on the YouTube side, but I never got the correction on his name. So we're going to find out. But getting ready now, we're going to go ahead and roll into our starting grid. And Alex, in regular dirt track fashion, we're going to go ahead and go back to front.
No, you're leading us off here. You want to go dirt fat? You go ahead.
Oh, I got to get us the grid music going here. What the heck are you talking about? You got this for a second.
So the 24th spot, it's going to be Jared Widener in the 58. Steve Singer will start to the inside there in the 23rd spot. You know what, BJ? I'll run through the whole thing for you.
Oh, aren't you sweet? Go for it.
Starting 22nd is Cook Quick. Oh, man, that's a tongue twister. In the 54, Dakota Clark in the 38. He will start in the 21st spot. 20th, it's the 96 of David Trumbley. Colt Cecil will start 19th. It'll be Chris Mefford in the 46. He will start 18th. 17th, BJ, I need your help with this one.
Doug Wasaki.
Thank you. Starting 16th is going to be Kyle Steffen in the 8th. 15th is Chris Wally in the 6th machine. 14th will be the 81 of Joshua Funkhauser. Mike Harper will start to the inside in the 13th spot. Starting in the 12th spot, it's going to be Brandon Mefford in the 83. Tim Schofield will start 11th. 10th, it's going to be Cody Hager.
I think it was Harger.
Okay. Vincent Short will start in the 9th spot. Matthew Brower will start in the 8th spot in the 98 from Florida. Matt Henry will start in the 19 machine. He will start 7th. 6th, it'll be Eric Dotson in the 87. Brian McCubbin will start 5th. Neil Quick will start in the 4th spot. Aaron Smith in the 70 will start 3rd. And on the front row, it's a bunch of McCanns. Brian McCann in the 3 and Kevin McCann in the 33.
You know, you continue to call him McCubbin. I think is what you said. The reason that I went with McCubbin was simply because, if I remember right, whenever you have a double consonant, the vowel is then short, if I remember correctly. But I don't know that much about spelling, so I'm just winging it.
Spelling is not our forte here, folks.
I can spell a little bit. I can spell race car. I can spell it backwards too.
Congratulations. But okay, BJ Duval, I'll go through the points here. Thank you for forwarding this to me.
Absolutely.
So your points right now coming into tonight, it's Brian McCann, your points leader. He goes to the back there, so he's going to start in that 25th spot. Eric Dodson in second in points. Third is going to be Hunter Clark, Aaron Smith, and Vincent Short is your top 5 in points. It's Cody Hager, Kevin McCann, and Jared Widener is your top 10 coming into round number 2 here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Absolutely, and we're getting ready to go green as we're rolling now into turn number 3 and then out of tuck off the track. And then the field will initially go green on the iRacing green flag, so it will be coming here momentarily for Kevin McCann and Neil Quick up there on the front row. Alex, I'll let you bring them to green.
Ace truck is off, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Trucks racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kevin McCann in the 33. Going to lead us down the front straightaway into turn 3 and 4. 140 laps on the docket here. So, BJ Duval, as you see, the field already starting to spread apart here a little bit. And I'll ask you, you might have a little more background on these things than I do. I just usually wing it when I run asphalt. Is there going to be some bump drafting going on here in Atlanta?
You might see a little bit for drivers running the middle to high side through the turns, but there's not a whole lot that you're going to see. You're going to see a lot more juking and jiving, drivers trying to get through the field as quick as possible. You see them already running too wide. The front 3 have pretty much single filed out, but from 4th place on back, they're starting to battle it out already. You see the 87 around the outside, and the one great thing that I find about Atlanta is it doesn't seem to be the inside faster, the outside faster. It all depends on where you're more comfortable at. We were almost 3 wide there going into turn number 3 with the 87, the 19, and the 98 as they find their positions in single file back out down the front straightaway.
You got to talk about this already. Look at Brian McCann. He started 25th. He's up to 21st already. So we're on lap number 3 right now. He's moved up from that 25th spot to 21st. He's on passing 4 cars. You see some smoke there in front of him there. Some cars having problems. That's a 4 of Mike Harper. He's down on the apron here. Now he's going to keep it going, though, so we're going to stay green right now. But he is struggling to get that car keep going. He's still going to keep it straight, but now he's in the grass. So problems early on for the 4 machine here. As it looks, oh, boy. Problems just continue there as you see a lot of side damage on that 4 as well. So now he's going to hope and pray. Not going to go in the pits, though, and see if he can fix some issues. So he's going to try and work through it.
Judging by the damage on the right side, I'd say he got into the wall coming out of turn number 2 and just fought that truck all the way down the back straightaway trying to get up to speed. It just ended up hurting him, and he lost a lot of ground. But up here in the front, we got a battle, and that's actually not far behind him now. We got a battle between the 70 of Aaron Smith and the 2 of Neil Quick for that second position. Right now, it is Aaron Smith with the spot coming into the inside. Neil Quick into turns number 3 and 4.
Caution flag now is out on the raceway here. And BJ, do you by chance, I want to say there has to be maybe 4 sets of tires in this one, but
5. 1 on car and 4 in pits, if I'm not mistaken.
So 5 tires.
That was not correct. We'll get our overlays to show us what we're looking for here, and we'll take a look right here. You see the 87 just looks like a little bump there. Take another look, see if we can get another camera angle on that. It looks like he just got loose there out of turn number 2. We talked about there in qualifying. Drivers seem to be struggling coming out of turn 2. Trucks seem to be just breaking loose and going around on them. So that is going to be our first caution of the night. That was our first UltimateDirtTV instant replay of the night. So out in front still, it is Kevin McCann, Neil Quick, and Aaron Smith, your top 3. Matthew Brower, Brian McCubbin, your top 5.
Now, BJ, I don't know if you've looked at their schedule much through here. So we start Daytona last week, Atlanta tonight, then you go Richmond. But that race number 4, we return home. They'll be at the dirt track at Charlotte on week number 4. That is going to be June 17th, it says.
Ooh, returning back to our home location. I would say back to the dirt side. And that is what, Alex, that's what you and I know best out here on iRacing. And racing in general is dirt.
Oh, but wait, there's more. So they go to 5 Flags. That's going to be a different one for the truck series. You don't really see those at 5 Flags often, but then they go Super Speedway time. It's Talladega, then Martinsville, then Chicagoland, then, oh boy, in the words of Brett Wheeler, the sprint car capital of the world, we go to Knoxville.
You know something? I might have to talk to them and see if there's any possible way that I could get in on those dirt races.
Oh,
I think that'd be a whole lot of fun.
But wait, there's more, because then they go to Daytona Road Course, Las Vegas, Talladega again. They go to Nashville for the All-Star race. That's going to be fun. Then we go to Ohio for Eldora Speedway.
Spending a lot of time on the dirt here in this season. That's awesome, honestly. I cannot wait for those races. I don't know if they're going to let me in the truck or not, or if I'm going to have to try to sneak my way into the broadcast booth for those races, or if I'm even going to be around. But I can't wait to watch those races. They're going to be exciting.
But then these last 3 races, you have 3 different. So you look at the last 5. You go to a historic place in Nashville, which are for the All-Star race, which the actual Cup Series returning to this season. You go to Eldora. Then you go to a racetrack that just came out a few weeks ago. The NASCAR Cup Series visited the Circuit of the Americas, then Charlotte, then Daytona to round out the season. So you have Daytona, going to be a bigger track. You have Charlotte, a medium-sized track, a road course in Circuit of the Americas, Eldora being the dirt track, and Nashville being that all-star race. So, man, oh man, this season is going to be fun. Hopefully Brett Wheeler lets me come back for a few more races this season, but we are back green, and right back on to the green flag they go, and they're going right back out to work.
Absolutely. Kevin McCann got a great jump right off the bat once again. You see right there, this is what we were talking about earlier. We watched passes on the inside, and right now we see the outside prevail with Neil Quick taking away that 3rd spot from Matthew Brower, who was looking for the position on the inside but was not able to make it work. And here comes Matt Henry now looking to the outside of the 98 of Brower.
So again, you see different lines here. It's a little different than what our forte is of dirt racing here, where you see, one lane being a little quicker than the other. Here, different lines can work, and they all can be quick at the same time here. But again, you see a lot of guys going to that bottom side of the track here, but they might work their way up here. If they want to become desperate and might have to get by some guys, they might go to that top side, that middle side, and it might work out for them. But again, everyone right now holding and running pretty much the same line here. I'm pretty sure, BJ, correct me if I'm wrong, fixed setup?
Yes, all these races are fixed setup drivers out here running the exact same thing underneath the body of different trucks. You see Toyotas, you see Chevys, you see Fords, and actually I believe we just saw all 3 of them on the same screen there coming out of turn number 4. Yes, we did. And the only thing different between these 3 trucks might possibly be just a hint of aero, but I'm pretty sure that iRacing's got all of them the exact same aero package. So everything out here is the exact same for these drivers, and only 75
is the manufacturers and the engine manufacturers. That's about it. Everything else, it's the same. You have to run the same amount of fuel, the same gearing, the same everything else, tire pressure the same. There's not much you can touch in these cars. The brake bias, I think, is one of the only things you might be able to touch, that and the steering ratio. So with that, slight changes might help you out, might hurt you in the long run, though. So it all comes down to it. And a lot of these guys you can watch, they might change change the brake bias as the night goes on. You never know, because this track can change in 140 laps.
Absolutely, and there are a couple of things these drivers out here can change in the pits, but even then, it's still very minimal, no more than what a driver could do in real life. Actually, if anything, less than what the drivers can do in real life. Letting this race run out. Take a look back at Brandon Mefford. He's battling it out right now for the 20th position. We talked about it earlier, he had to start back at the back, almost make a contact there with the number 83. But he won last week's race and had to start at the back this week. So he's working his way through, trying to get those positions back as he moves his way into 19th.
He's going to be a storyline to talk about throughout the night to see if he can move up through the field right now. He's working on the 19th position right now, so he'll be moved up 6 spots since the get-go there. Eric Dodson in the pits. So right now, his night might be over. We'll have to wait and see. He might get back out on this raceway, but he'll be a few laps down. By the time he gets back out, Kevin McCann is out in front, and then you have Brian McCann back at 19. So the McCanns spread out here, and you look at the guys in between them. You have Funkhauser, you have Harder, you have Brower, you have Mefford, you have Wally, you have Funkhauser, you have Widener, you have Quick. All those cars, trucks, those things. BJ, take away.
I was actually just, I was reading comments over here, and we got one spectator here, Reese. You shouldn't announce if you can't read. Well, I'm in my defense, I'm not actually supposed to be an announcer. I'm not an announcer. I'm a fill-in. I'm a producer, fill-in announcer, so I have a lack of reading skills. Still out front, it's Kevin McCann, Aaron Smith in second, Neil Quick third, Brower fourth, Henry fifth, Harger, McCubbin, Vincent Short, Schofield, and Funkhauser, the top 10. Everybody's single filing out right now. There's the 81 of Funkhauser, Chris Wally, and Mefford right there on screen. You see Mefford looks like he's a little bit off pace coming out of turn number 2. It looked like he might have bobbled just a little bit there through 1 and 2. It was allowing Colt Cecil to get underneath of him. He managed to hold on to the position. You see Wally now looking at the inside of Funkhauser. That's for the 10th position as they go side by side into turns number 1 and 2. Alex will be rejoining momentarily. There he is.
Yeah. But again, I'm sorry, I'm taking my mental notes here watching this right now for the first few laps. I bought the track, I've had the trucks, haven't got to run this track here, so I'm making the mental notes here over the first few laps here and letting these drivers get to it. But again, the 2x2 action is very intriguing right now. You see the 5 machine, and again, I really like how this league does it. You have a scheme for everyone, just different colors, different numbers, and that's about it. So it really helps everyone else out because you know who it is just by looking at that scorer tower.
Really does, and it creates, a the feeling of a very tight-knit league, which is really awesome to have everybody out there, almost like that family feel with everybody. You see Chris Wally now, he falls back into the 13th position. We got a battle going on for 4th between Matt Henry, Matthew Brower, and now Brower falling back, Harger coming around behind Henry. But back talking about the paints, I really like the simplicity of the paint schemes out here. And I was talking before, they had a dirt series that just ended and ran on Monday nights, and we'll be coming back before too long. Going to be taking a look and possibly getting in on that series running on Monday nights. But I was joking around saying I'm going to see if I can get my name on the side of the truck swapped with my team logo.
I don't want to see either, because I don't want to see you run.
Hey.
No offense. None taken. Good.
Hey, I'll have you know that the one race I ran with them on their championship night, I drove my way up into second before hitting the wall a second time. We got driver slow on the inside of the track. That's going to be Eric Dodson. You see a lot of damage on that 87. He's the one that was caught up in that last wreck. He's getting ready to roll out on track now, just waiting on everybody to go by. 87 machine really tore up out there.
So let's see. It's going to be interesting here as you see him bypass pit road. So again, it's interesting to watch these guys have the damage they have and not go into the pits.
Well, Eric Dodson, I'm pretty sure he actually just came out of the pits. I'm going to look here at the interval and see just where he's at. He's 11 laps down. He's the driver that was in the pits and just pulled out there in that number 87 machine. I really like the white with that paint scheme.
But again, these paint schemes are actually, I like almost all of them here. Can you find an orange one? I didn't see an orange one yet.
I'm pretty sure, isn't that an orange? Nah, it's not orange, that's red.
Red.
There's a black and orange right there, Schofield.
I do like that paint scheme, though.
There you go. It does look good with that black, orange, and kind of rust color brown on it.
So there it is. But, you know, it always makes me laugh because guys go, oh, we don't, you don't have a choice. Have you seen the color wheel that you have a choice from? Everyone can have a different color. And there's at least 50 colors you could pick from that you should like at least 50% of them. But again, 50% of these drivers right now are probably thinking about what is their window for gas, what is their window for tires, because a lot of these guys have made some, they've been drifting up the track, heating the tires, using some tire wear. So now the pit stop's going to have to come into play here soon. Pit strategy is going to be the key thing here to watch. BJ, me and you and Brett, when we run super speedways or any races, somebody's in the wall hard. And what number is that? That blue, powder blue color. So it was the 88 of Widener. Widener hits the wall a little bit there, scrapes up that right side of his door. So keep an eye. Maybe some of these damages will come into effect later on in the race. But again, there's an orange car, that 8 machine right there behind him. That is Steffens, Kyle Steffens. There's another orange car. So again, sorry, I'm biased to orange cars, but that pit strategy going to have to come into play sooner than later here. Like we said, when we run them in speedways, super speedways, we usually talk to each other about when to go in, when to game plan, because you want to run in a pack here. Because if you run in a pack with some of your teammates or some of your good friends that you race with, it makes it hard to pass 3 cars in a row to get a lap back or to lap those cars.
It absolutely does. And you're talking about the orange cars. Right there's my favorite one out there on the track. See him right there, that number 5 machine, pink. That's my color. Everybody just kind of spreading it out now. Not a whole lot of battling going on right there's the only battle I see on track between the 35 and the 88. Everybody's taking it easy tonight, giving each other room, relaxing basically throughout this race. So it's a long way to go. We're going to take a step aside, rest our voices, let you guys listen to the beautiful sounds of these trucks. So our Ultimate Dirt TV's crank it.
Looks like I think I saw a truck go down pit road, and one is down pit road they go, as it might be time for everyone to start planning it out, as that was Eric Dodson. So he might be going back in, hoping to get some more damage fixed on that machine there, as he's already, 11 laps down, I think it is?
Yes, 11 laps down, but he has a lot of damages on that truck. I'm actually surprised he came back out already. You see him sitting right there and not taking any tires. You don't see them replacing tires, possibly taking fuel, as they have limited fuel in these trucks. But more drivers looking to come down pit road. There's Aaron Smith. Tim Schofield joins him on the pit road. Colt Cecil, and we have one driver around back there. Trying to figure out, that was Vincent Short wrecked coming onto pit road.
Oh, now here's a little storyline going on now. Caution flag comes out while these guys are in pits. So now you just cost yourself a decent amount of positions now going in the pits. Because what now? You get the fresh tires, as we're looking at the instant replay here.
Need to find Vincent Short. There he is. Oh. Alright, so we need to get back further than that. There we go. Here's the replay of Vincent Short. Looks like he got into the wall there at some point in time earlier. That could have been part of the issue with him losing
Locked
traction.
up the brakes. Locked up the brakes. He was going too fast coming into pit road there. And he needed to brake as hard as possible. While braking that hard and trying to put some gear down, it spins you real quick.
It absolutely does. It's tough as everybody now heading down pit road, and that was our UltimateDirtTV instant replay. See everybody heading down pit road. Here comes the line now, led down by Kevin McCann, our race leader. He has been unchallenged all race long as a 70 machine of Aaron Smith. He came down pit road right before the caution came out, so he's going to get a nice gift right here. Tim Schofield, Colt Cecil as well. You see McCann, he's taking his right side right there. Right side goes down, up goes the left side. He's taking the left side tires, getting ready to roll out. And he is going to win the battle off pit road. But the new race leader getting ready to come back to green is Tim Schofield. Will he be able to hold on in that number 12 machine? Or will he be under some heavy pressure as Kevin McCann is going to be lining up right behind him when we come back to green? Find out in a moment.
And we are back. Harold TV. Up. What? Oh, gee. This is why I don't. My producer slash co-host slash whatever you want to call this man, BJ Duvall, always busting some jokes before he turns his own mic on. But we're getting ready to go back to the green, and Kevin McCann and Aaron Smith will restart on your front row. Where is the other McCann? Brian McCann's in ninth now. So talk about that for a second. McCann went from being in the back to now up into the top 10 with a great pit strategy, and the green flag is back out here. 37 laps in the book here of this 140 lap. I can't even call it a main because we didn't go through heat races. This 140 lap race. Look, Octane Inc. over here in comment section of me calling a asphalt race. You know what? This is perfectly fine for me. It's better than me racing asphalt, that's for sure. No one wants to see that ever. But again, look at this. There's a little drafting going on there, Mr. Duvall.
Hey, you're gonna make me open my mic. I just had food delivered to me, so you have to forgive me. That's why I kept my mic closed. But yeah, there's some drafting going on. There's a little bit here at Atlanta, but not a whole lot. You'll see it every once in a while. But the top two, we'll actually go and take a look. Well, they were. But prior to the caution coming out, those two were drafting all the way around the track and starting to run away from each other, while we got a battle going on right now between Harger and Quick for that second position.
What a nice co-host. Didn't even get me food or anything. He's just sitting over there munching away while I'm talking over here. So this is how our partnership is.
I didn't know the food was coming. It just showed up.
But guess what? When Kevin McCann crosses the start-finish line, we will be 100 laps to run here in this main event. Main event, something like that, your title bout. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm calling asphalt races a title bout because it is a title bout, especially when you only take one trip here a season. Atlanta Motor Speedway is going to be a very interesting racetrack here by the end of the night, as Kevin McCann out in front, Aaron Smith, Cody Harger, Neil Quick, Chris Medford, and again, all these guys on fresh tires here. So again, even playing field it is still.
And you stopped at the 5th place car there, but right behind 5th place, you see him right there in the 3 machine. Brian McCann has already moved up into 6th. He has now passed 19 cars in 41 laps.
But again, we saw the race we were watching while we were on commercial break. We were watching pit road. We saw the race off pit road. It kind of helps when you're in one of the front 2 pit stalls, and that's where he was after qualifying second quick.
Yes, sir. Ryan McCann qualified second quick. Kevin McCann with quick time. You see Brian McCann showing right now why he qualified second quick, as he is making quick work of this field.
There was a car slow on the bottom side. Don't know who it is.
Working on figuring out who that was there.
I think it's behind them a little bit. We're trying.
Oh, there it is.
Right there.
Dakota Clark.
There we go. Teamwork makes the dream work, folks, as the 38 machine was slow on the inside there.
It's hard when you don't catch the name or the number on the truck, but as we learn the trucks, we'll figure out who's who.
Okay, so I see Loves as a sponsor on the hood of that 38. So I'm guessing each driver can pick one sponsor on their car, because there's the Loves. I could go for a Love's gas station burrito now.
I think they get their own sponsors on the back too, because it looks like the back of every truck, the deck lid of every truck is different as well.
And look at the truck coming next. It's the Busch car.
Yes, sir. Probably my favorite one out there, even though it's not pink. But sponsor-wise, I think that might be my favorite truck.
has a little bit, remember the Kevin Harvick, the blue bush Kevin Harvick paint scheme? That's exactly what that reminds me of right there. But again, look who your leader is. Nothing has really changed. Even after that caution, he dropped back going into the pits and everything else in between. Well, by the time we went back green, nothing changes because Kevin McCann is still your leader.
Well, we talked about Tim Schofield right before we went to commercial break being the leader and wondering whether or not he could hold on, but he actually, during commercial break, Alex pointed it out, he actually went down pit road himself right after we went to commercial break, was the only truck to go down pit road at that time. So he has fallen all the way back to 15th after being up front. I think it was Schofield.
Yes. Don't quote me on it, but yes.
We take a look now once again back at Brian McCann. The story of the night is he has moved his way into the 4th position. McCann is flying through this field right now. You see Neil Quick got shoved up to the top around turns number 1 and 2. He's trying to work his way back up to the back of that number 66 of Harger. And I like that black and pink too. The black and pink looks really good. There goes McCann now looking for the 3rd and final podium position. Still early in this race, but we're getting close now to the session stage. Stage number 1, the caution flag will be thrown at lap number 65, and that will be the end of the stage. You see Brian McCann now moved his way into the 3rd position. Aaron Smith still 2nd. Kevin McCann still leading the way, as he has led flag to flag so far. Or, well, flag to current. All race long there in that 33 machine. Nearly flawless run for him so far tonight.
And I think he might have watched the guy. What's his name?
I don't know. Never heard of him before.
What's that guy's name? He runs Asphalt.
Oh, you're talking about that one guy. Not the other guy, but the one guy.
Runs Asphalt. He thinks he's good in dirt or something like that.
Runs Asphalt, thinks he's good on dirt.
Oh, his name's Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson.
That guy. Yeah, Kevin McCann must have watched him at Charlotte this past weekend because that's what he's doing right now. He's going pure dominance right now, trying to win the stages here, and it all starts with stage 1. If he can win stage 1, then he has a better chance restarting up front for stage 2. Can he win stage 2? Can he take home the final stage and the win here tonight? Can he sweep it all here at Atlanta Motor Speedway? You'll have to find out here, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little bit longer here as we're closing in on almost 10 to go here in the first stage.
Getting very close now. Kevin McCann, Aaron Smith, and Brian McCann. Kevin McCann, once Brian gets caught up, I think he's going to have his hands full staying ahead of Brian. Whether or not we get a caution between now and then, we'll have to find out if Kevin McCann will be able to hold on and still get the stage win. If not, as it stands right now, Kevin McCann will be the stage winner unless Aaron Smith happens to get by him or something happens. Then he'll have his hands full moving into the next stage, as if I'm not mistaken, if a driver wins the stage, they move to the rear for the start of the next stage.
You know what? I hope Brian McCann wins it. I was just about to say, I hope Brian McCann wins the stage, gets sent to the back, does it again, gets sent to the back, comes up again and wins the final stage. But he has a lot of competition here that know his tricks now after that first time. And if he would do it a second time, it would become mental reps for these drivers of knowing where he is at all times.
And just how much can Brian McCann move around to get past everybody is going to be the question if he has to go to the back once again and everybody knows what's coming. Alright, so here's the winner's penalties. Win 1 race, EOL for the start of the next race. Win 2 races, EOL for the start of next race, and EOL after stage 1. Win 3 races, EOL for the start of the next race. Okay, so that one does not show the stage penalties. Here we go. Race rules. No EOLs after qualifying. Black flags be cleared. Driver that causes will go to the rear. Start on green at the beginning of the race. Leader starts each restart, which we already knew that. Somewhere around here there should be the stage break information. Here it is. All races will be 200 laps or 200 miles, whichever comes first. All races will have 3 stages. Top 3 of each stage will get an EOL at the start of the next stage. So Brian McCann has drove his way to the front, and he will, as long as he stays in the top 3 at the end of the stage, he will have to go to the rear once again with Aaron Smith and Kevin McCann. All of the top 3 will go to the rear according to the rules of this league. Alex, you still with us?
I'm here. Kevin, sorry, that beautiful cut just won't stop. So Kevin McCann is leading. We're 58 laps into this race, and it's still just, I don't know. We might need to call a doctor sooner than later, but we're finishing this stage before we do anything else with it. As Kevin McCann is closing in just a few more laps, Aaron Smith and Brian McCann. So Aaron Smith is between a McCann sandwich right now. And, you know, I really want to call him James McCann so badly. It's just lucky that I look on the side and I see that his name is Kevin McCann, because if it wasn't there, I couldn't tell you what his first name was. But there we see it throughout the field. There's Kevin. There was Aaron Smith. And, you know, if you're just one of these drivers in the back of the pack, you're hoping and praying that you do not get lapped before the end of this stage, which we are closing in on 7 to run for this stage.
7. Closing in on 6. We're 6 to run now here for stage number 1. Alex is great at math. Sometimes. I think he's best at math when he's asleep and not trying to do it. But you see lap traffic coming into play now for Kevin McCann. Aaron Smith working his way around, and Alex is still working on stopping bleeding, as it has been about an hour since he first told me that he was bleeding.
Yeah, we might need to call a doctor.
We'll let Alex fill you in on that story.
Yeah, we might need to call a doctor for this one. We need a trained professional. That does not mean call Brett Wheeler.
So what it boils down to is Alex popped an ingrown hair, and I've never had an ingrown hair, so I don't know how you pop an ingrown hair, but
apparently the ingrown hair just doesn't want to stop. But you know who else doesn't want to stop right now is Kevin McCann and Aaron Smith, because those two are sitting 1 and 2. Aaron Smith, tried to make a move, but it's a little too early for that one there, as it's going to cost him some valuable time on that 33 machine. Kevin McCann, Aaron Smith going 1 and 2 right now. Brian McCann in third. Medford, Funkhauser, McCubbin. I'm going to call him McCubbin.
But Aaron Smith showing that he has a little bit of speed. Might be a little bit quicker than that 33 machine of McCann right now. As you see him down in front straight away, close the gap big time, but loses speed into turn number 1 for that 70 machine. We'll have to see. But Kevin McCann just so smooth and makes no mistakes out here at Atlanta in that number 33 machine. He's going to be difficult to get around all night long.
One lap to run. Two. Yeah, that numbers.
I'm assuming. I'm not real sure if they're going to throw the yellow flag at the start of lap 65 or at the end of lap 65. I'm assuming it's the end of lap 65, because they're going to go green at the start of lap 70.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out here in just a second as Kevin McCann rounds his way around turns number 3 and 4, leading the way here for stage number 1. Will we get a caution? Does not look like we're going to get a caution, so this is the final lap of stage 1. Kevin McCann out front, Aaron Smith second. Brian McCann, after starting 25th, has worked his way into that third position. And he is essentially our biggest mover, even though he's qualified second. He is our biggest mover of the race. Here we come out of turn number 4 down the front straight away. Give stage number 1 to Kevin McCann, and there it is. There's the yellow flag for the end of stage number 1. And Alex got quiet. He's still playing with his bloody, I don't think I want to know what.
Good idea.
I think Alex shaved his legs, and that's why he got an ingrown hair.
You dare. I would say, don't you dare.
65 laps now, 67 laps in the, or 66 laps in the books for Kevin McCann as he has led flag to flag so far here in that 33 machine. Brian McCann works his way from 25th up to 3rd. Story of the night, these 3 drivers are going to have to go to the rear for the start of stage number 2. Drivers coming around. Pit road's going to be open and flooding here soon with all of these drivers. We'll have to see just how quickly everybody comes in and gets out and who will have the position. But story of the night, Brian McCann, 25th to 3rd. We'll be right back after these messages in a moment. And we are back here at the virtual Atlanta Motor Speedway. Stage 1 in the books, getting ready to go back green here for stage number 2. Chris Mefford is our leader after the pit cycles, and the top 3 from the last stage had to go to the rear. That is Kevin McCann, Aaron Smith, and Brian McCann once again sent to the rear and has to work his way through the field, Alex. Who may have... Oh, did I hear him there? Alex?
Did you tell me what stage 2 was yet? No, you didn't.
Oh, the end of stage 2? The end of stage 2 is lap... I don't know. 110, I believe. Lap 110 will be the end of stage 2, and then stage 3 is going to be 115 to lap 140. So 110 will be the end of stage number 2 as we get set to go back green here on lap number 70. Chris Mefford, Matt Henry. Two new drivers up front we haven't talked a whole lot about here tonight, 46 and 19. As Henry takes command of the field, or Mefford, takes command of the field. Green flag is out. We're away for stage number 2 here at Atlanta.
You know what the weird thing is? When I see Matt Henry, you know the first person that came to mind with the three-letter first name?
Who?
I thought of Cap Henry.
You lost me.
Cap Henry, you know, the guy who runs the All-Star Circuit. Yeah, that guy.
Anybody else have any idea who Alex is talking about? Because he's completely lost me.
Asphalt fans, they don't know.
But at any rate, Chris Mefford now leading the way. He leads 2 laps the first time all night long we've had a new leader. Chris Mefford in the number 46 machine. Everybody single filing it out behind them. Take a quick look through the field, and there is our first battle. Neil Quick and Mike Harper. Neil Quick was actually quick time in practice in that number 2 machine. You see him right there. The red and white number 2 going on the right side of your screen now. He is working through 8th right now. And then we've got back here the next battle on track. It's going to be the 51 Hunter Clark and Brad turn number 2, almost making contact. And caution flag waves. So we take a look and try to find. I feel like that's still the old damages there to Vincent Short. Damages to the 98 and to the 54. See if we can find our UltimateDirtTV instant replay and find out who it was that wrecked. I'm not 100% certain. You see the 54 machine there. Gets into the side of the 8. Not sure if that's what brought out the caution. See the 54 right there. He gets wobbly. Down the track to the apron. I'm not sure if that's what brought it out or not. That's the only thing that we see. That is our UltimateDirtTV instant replay. Matt Henry now moves into the lead as a lot of drivers down pit road. You see Neil Quick there in the 2 machine. Wouldn't expect them all to be going down pit road now, as we just had a pit cycle 5 laps ago for the stage. But Neil Quick winning top 11 did not pit. Ooh, yeah they did. Chris Mefford pitted. So Matt Henry moves the lead. McCubbin, Funkhauser, your top 3. Schofield, Widener, your top 5. Valley, Clark, McCann, Singer, and Trumbley, your top 10. Question tonight, can the McCanns make it back to the front? Kevin McCann is already up to 8th. Brian McCann back up to 15th. And Aaron Smith running second. The entire race is up to 16th. It's Matt Henry, your new leader here as we get ready to go back to green. Lights are out on the pace car. You'll see him double back up, McCubbin in second, Funkhauser third. We get ready to go back green. Matt Henry going to be leading us down to the pace car here in just a moment. Be ducking down to pit road. Will McCubbin have anything for Henry? Will Schofield be able to get up there? Schofield hanging back in that 81 machine. Henry on the loud pedal down the front. Straight away they go. Side by side across the stripe. McCubbin with a good run on the outside. A good start. Just a little bit of contact back there with Chris Wally and the 12 machine. You see right there the 33 of Kevin McCann. He goes to the inside of Wally. He's looking to get his way back up there and take the race lead. He's already up to the 6th position. Now looking at the inside of the 81. Looking to go 3 wide here down the front straight away. That's going to be the 88 of Widener in the middle. And the 09 of McCubbin on the outside. The 88 of Widener gets a little bit wobbly coming out of turn number 2. Good respectable drive for Widener there as he lets out of it to straighten it up and let the other two go and not cause a wreck. Good job for Widener. Kevin McCann now looks to make a move to the inside of Funkhauser. That's for second. Gaining quick ground on Henry up there in the lead. Henry's running the inside there in out of turn number 2. Here comes McCann gaining ground quick down the back straightaway. You see him dive to the inside. Give the lead back to McCann. On the inside of turns number 3 and 4 and out of turn number 4, McCann back to the race lead. The other McCann out on track is back up into 14th. Not making quite as quick a work. Aaron Smith is back to 10th. Trying to work his way through. You see Jarrett Widener right there in front of him. The next car for him to get around. He's alongside of Doug Wasaki in the 34 machine. We have a battle going on up in front of them. That's going to be Chris Wally, Matt Henry, Brian McCubbin, and Neil Quick. Matt Henry, after losing the lead, falls all the way back to 6th, just like that. Zisfield making quick work to get back where they were. Mefford, after hitting the last caution when he was leading, is now back up to the 46th position, or the 7th position in that 46 machine. See no Quick, he's up there into 2nd as he makes the pass on Funkhauser. In turns number 1 and 2, Funkhauser gets to run out of 2, pulls up to his back bumper. Took a peek to the inside, but thinks better of it as Quick runs that middle to low line around turns number 3 and 4. Chris Wally on the inside, backer behind him, looking to work his way up there into the race for the top 3 podium positions. He's battling right now with McCubbin on his outside in that orange and white number 09. McCubbin with a good run out of turn number 2. He's got Matt Henry behind him. You see Aaron Smith after that EOL for the stage break. Smith is up to 8th now. He's like a snake waiting to pounce through the pack right here in front of him, as we're 2x2x2 from 4th on back. Chris Wally now breaking away and getting ahead of the 09 of McCubbin. They start single file out now. McCubbin stays high, Wally goes low. Drivers quickly gaining on Funkhauser in the 81 machine in front. Closing in on 20 to go here in stage number 2. Your leader, Kevin McCann, followed by Neil Quick. Here comes Chris Wally for 3rd. To the inside of Funkhauser. Chris Wally moves in that 3rd and final transfer position. Funkhauser just gets out of the way and lets him go. Here comes Mefford to the inside now. He's moving into 5th position now, looking for 4th underneath the Funkhauser. Funkhauser almost comes down across the nose of that 46, but keeps it up there. Drivers getting dangerously close to each other. Close quarters racing is something that we're used to seeing a lot of over on the dirt side, as drivers will bump and beat and bang over on dirt, but here on asphalt, things can go wrong very, very quickly. Here goes Mefford. Mefford looking for that 4th position over Funkhauser. Funkhauser holding on the top side right now, but the top side does not seem to be as strong at the moment, with Funkhauser falling back into 5th. Kevin McCann running away from the field here in the 33 machine. Next is going to be Neil Quick. We'll take a look here at our gap. McCann with over a 1.5-second lead over Quick, and a Quick with just over another second over 3rd place Chris Wally. Here comes Mefford now as he's looking to the inside of Wally for 3rd. Wally trying to battle back on the high side. He holds on to it down the front straightaway. Into turns number 1 and 2. Mefford, yes, going to take the spot over Wally. Crossover coming from Wally as he looks back to the inside into turns number 3 and 4. Side by side. Mefford able to hold the momentum with the crossover from Wally. He had to back out of it just a little bit down the front straightaway. Wally holds the position. Back into turns number 1 and 2. Wally still on the inside. Mefford still on the outside. Look at the run from Mefford around the outside of 1 and 2. He takes the advantage down the back straightaway. Wally not giving it up though as he stays on the inside. Wally not quite able to get the run into turns number 3 and 4 there on the inside. He saw him back out of it so he didn't slide up into Mefford. Mefford holding on to third now. Wally still fighting back on the inside. Not ready to give up that third and final transfer position. Wally, one of the guys behind the scenes here of the Spartan Logistics Management Iracing IROC Challenge Series. Mefford now gets that position over Wally, bringing Funkhauser with him. Wally falls back to 5th. Rose 304, we appreciate the enthusiasm, but unless you're with the league, I cannot allow you to promote your product here on the stream, so I am going to have to keep your comment hidden until I know more. But caution is out here on lap number 94. The yellow flag waving once again. Take a look here at our UltimateDirtTV instant replay. We see Chris Singer slow on the inside. Looks like he tries to get up the pace and rear tire is just breaking loose as he does. I will take a look here and see if there is more to it. We see Steve Singer in the 6 machine. They're 3 wide in turns number 1 and 2. Singer with a huge run down the back straight. Like a puff of smoke right there. Turn number 3, not real sure what that was. He just breaks loose, making contact with the 51. There you see him going around. And regathering it in that number 6 truck. Good job by everybody getting by him and not getting collected. 51 machine getting a little bit of contact with him. That is going to be Hunter Clark in the 51. Not too bad on damages though for Clark. Alrighty, B Rose 304. I will allow it at the moment, but I will be talking it over with the admins afterwards and finding out just how much your products have to do with it all. So we want to thank you guys for joining us here tonight. 3 Falcon drivers in the race and all in the top 10. Good job for the Falcon drivers. Chris Wally moves into the race lead here on lap 96 after pit cycles. Several drivers went into the pits. Brian McCubbin, Henry back up to 3rd. Kevin McCann is in 8th. Brian McCann's down in 13th. And Aaron Smith is in 12th. Those were the top three from the first stage. As we're getting close to the end of stage number 2, lap 110 is going to be the end of stage number 2. It's Kevin McCann won stage number 1. It's around on a pace car, getting ready to go Matt Green this time by. We're rounding out of turns number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. A little bit of a virtual mechanical issue from Brian McKibben. They're in that second position. Drivers don't appear to be lining up. Are lights out on a pace truck? Or pace car? Not truck. We're on asphalt. It's a car. Drivers not really lining back up all that much. Pace car dives off. There they go. They got to line back up. Pace car dives off. Chris Waller brings it back to the green flag, and we've got one straight into the wall. Spins his tires right off the start. That's going to be Matthew Brower in the 98 from the front row. Or no, not Matthew Brower. That's going to be Brian McCubbin in the 09 on the front row. Looks like he just spun his tires. Things went south very, very quickly on that restart. We'll take a look at our Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. See the 09 right there. Pace car goes off. Not real sure what happened with him there, but he just goes around and collects several drivers in the process. Try and get another look at it right here. See the 09 on the outside. Green flag comes out. And his truck just turns right. Collecting several drivers behind. Can't help but wonder if there's some kind of a mechanical failure out of that 09 machine of Brian McCubbin. See him there on the inside of the track. That truck is tore up. That's going to gift Kevin McCann back up to the 4th position. Brian McCann's going to move up to 9th. Trying to find Aaron Smith. Aaron Smith's going to move up to 6th as several drivers going down pit road. Neil Quick, Vincent Short, Chris Mefford, Jarrett Widener, Mike Harper. Harper? Haven't we been looking at the name Harger all night? There it is, Harger, Cody Harger. I thought so. There's a Harger and a Harper. Chris Wally's still the leader on this one. As we are about to be 100 laps in the books. With Matt Henry in 2nd, Brandon Mefford 3rd, Kevin McCann 4th, and Doug Wasaki the top 5. That caution there brought up by the 09 of Brian McCubbin. He's still on pit road. That is going to shake up a lot of drivers here for this next restart for the remainder of stage number 2. Lights are out on the pace track going into turn number 3 and 4. Chris Wally and Matt Henry, your new front row. Row number 2 is going to be Brandon Mefford and Kevin McCann on the outside. Can McCann get back up here and win another stage? You see right there towards the bottom of the screen, Brian McCann has worked his way up to 10th. Green flag is out. Chris Wally's on the inside. Matt Henry with a good start to the outside. Here comes Kevin McCann. He drops to the inside, trying to take that third spot away. Side by side now for second. Kevin McCann works his way past Brandon Mefford on the inside. Now looking hot on the heels of Chris Wally. That 33 machine has been fast all night long. Down the front straightaway, across the stripe. Chris Wally still leading. Trying to hold on to the bottom side, but he opens the door for Kevin McCann, and McCann pounces and makes his way right on by the 5 machine of Chris Wally, and back to the lead goes Kevin McCann. Wally getting a little loose out of turn number 2. Here comes Aaron Smith back to second. He had to come back through the field as well. This is looking a lot like the end of stage number 1 with Kevin McCann in the lead and Aaron Smith in second. Our third place driver at the end of stage number 1, Brian McCann, is back here in 8th. He's trying to work his way through the field as well. We see him right there following the 66 of Cody Harger. Harger's got Henry to his outside. Henry restarted in second. Here comes Brian McCann to the inside of Henry. Hazel looking to take over 7th. He has the position out of turn number 4 and is now looking to work his way around Brandon Mefford in the 83. Cody Harger works his way by and brings McCann right along with him. McCann moves up to 6th. Drivers now looking to gain on Wally and Schofield. Wally drifts up high. Schofield sticks to the bottom side. Let's see which line's going to be quicker. The tires on that number 5 machine might be getting wore out. He actually gets a good run down the front straightaway. Harger and McCann charging very, very quickly with 5 laps to go, less than 5 laps to go here in stage number 2. Look at the run McCann gets to the back of the 66. Nose to tail down the front straightaway. Harger looks to the inside of Wally. McCann sticking it up top as he follows Wally. Here comes McCann. He's looking in the middle. Wally up high. And Harger to the bottom. Harger takes over 4th from Chris Wally. Here comes McCann following right behind him. Aaron Smith takes over the lead from Kevin McCann. Aaron Smith sneaks by on the inside. 3 to run here for stage number 2. Aaron Smith leads the way into turns number 1 and 2. Here comes McCann back to the inside of Smith. McCann takes the lead back over. Aaron Smith up next to the wall. Gets a good run down the back straightaway. This one's going to come down to the wire here for stage number 2. McCann on the inside. Smith on the outside. Side by side down the front straightaway. Lap number 108 goes to Smith. Side by side still into turn number 1 and 2. It appears to be becoming a battle of tires as the outside line is starting to prevail for Aaron Smith. As Kevin McCann falls back in line behind him. Smith now goes to the bottom middle lane. Drifting up out of turn number 4. Here comes McCann back to his inside. Side by side in turns number 1 and 2. Kevin McCann gets position into turns 1 and 2. Here comes Smith back around to the outside. Still side by side. McCann on the inside in the 33. Smith on the outside in the 70. Both very talented drivers. Run 1 and 2 for heat there for number 1. And there's the end of the stage. Caution flag waves. Stage number 2 is in the books. Aaron Smith comes out with it. Kevin McCann second. Tim Schofield third. Brian McCann worked his way up to 4th, and he's not going to have to take the EOL now for stage number 3. So as long as he wins the battle off pit road, Brian McCann is going to start in the lead for stage number 3. Could this have been strategy from Brian McCann to not take over that 3rd position and have the best chance going into stage number 3 for the race win? As it sits right now at the end of stage number 1, Aaron Smith coming out, or stage number 2, forgive me, Aaron Smith coming out with the stage win. Kevin McCann second, Tim Schofield third. Now remember, the top 3 of each stage has to go to the rear of the field at the beginning of the next stage. So that means Aaron Smith, Kevin McCann, and Tim Schofield are going to be restarting 17th, 18th, and 19th, as 20th through 25th are all pit side. Here comes the 70 machine of Aaron Smith down pit road. Kevin McCann, Brian McCann, Cody Harger, they're all going to follow him down. Tim Schofield stays out. That's a bit surprising to see Schofield stay out. You see the McCann's nose to tail there into pit stalls number 1 and 2. Aaron Smith in the 3rd pit stall, Quick in the 4th pit stall. You see him right there. They're getting their tires, getting their fuel. Here comes Aaron Smith. He's going to win the race off of pit road. Then it's going to be Quick, Mefford. Actually, Cook, Quick, Chris Mefford, and Tim Schofield stayed out. So those drivers are going to be 1, 2, and 3. And then Aaron Smith, Kevin McCann, and Tim Schofield are all going to have to go to the rear. Which, unless Cook Quick goes to the pits here, that means he is going to be restarting in the lead. Here comes Tim Smith down the pit road. Cook Quick stays out. Chris Mefford stays out. Aaron Smith back down pit road. Did Aaron Smith get a pit road penalty? So Aaron Smith down pit road a second time. Aaron Smith, Tim Schofield, and Kevin McCann will be restarting at the rear of the field. Brian McCann is now back up to 3rd, as he finished in 4th for stage number 2. as Cook Quick gets set to bring him back to green, this time by, he's got Chris Mefford on his outside in that 46 machine. Mefford's been quick all night long. And then there's Brian McCann in third. And we just saw the notification pop up from my headset. Low battery, but green flag is back out. Chris Mefford, Cook Quick, side by side down into turns number 1 and 2. Here comes Brian McCann in third. He's come through the field not once, not twice, but 3 times as he moves into second. Can Brian McCann pull off 2 back-to-back races on pit strategies alone? Brian McCann hot on the heels of that 46 machine. McCann looks to the high side. Mefford sticks to the bottom. Look at the run now out of turn number 2 for the number 3 of Brian McCann. He pulls up alongside of Chris Mefford. Down the front straightaway, give the lead to Brian McCann for the first time tonight. McCann leading the way here at Atlanta on lap number 118. McCann up top, Mefford on the bottom as we take a second to step aside and rest our voices. So we let you listen to the second Ultimate Dirt TV Crank It Extended. We are back. The race still being led by Brian Mefford, as that has been the story of the night. Mefford's out front all night long. Right now it is Brian Mefford. McCann, not Mefford, McCann leading the way over Mefford in second. Henry in third, Chris Wally fourth, Funkhauser fifth. As Kevin McCann is now working his way back through the field here for stage number 3. 20 laps to run, now 19 to run here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the iRacing IROC Challenge Series, sponsored by Spartan Logistics Management. McCann now showing the way as he slowly starts to pull away from Chris Mefford. Matt Henry back there all by himself in third. Chris Wally leading the pack behind from 4th place on back. Kevin McCann looking to make his way back up to a podium position in that 33 machine. He gets a good run on the 66 as Harger gets loose out of turn number 2 there, but manages to hold on to it. Good job by Harger in the 66. But Kevin McCann moves into the 6th position, now gaining quick ground on the 81 of Joshua Funkhauser. It's Wally, Funkhauser, McCann, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Kevin McCann has led the majority of the race as he sits in 6th place right now. Look for a way around the 81 of Funkhauser. My headset is now beeping in my ear, telling me that the battery is low. So I'm going to get that plugged in. Here goes McCann to the inside of Funkhauser. That's 4/5. Still leading the way up front, that is Brian McCann, as he is now pulled away from Chris Mefford. Matt Henry now starting to gain on Mefford. Brian McCann is gone. We have lost Brian McCann as he has some virtual mechanical issues by the looks of it. McCann is out of this race. The lead has just been gifted to Chris Mefford in the 46 machine. McCann now out of the race. He falls back unofficially into 17th, now 18th, and he will be finishing the race in 19th as it sits right now. Brian McCann coming from the back to the front, not once, not twice, but 3 times, just to lose out on the race due to some virtual mechanical issues. And here comes Kevin McCann as he works his way into 3rd. What a tough break for Brian McCann in that number 3 machine. That one's got a sting. As caution flag waves. Here on lap number 128, caution flag is out, and we'll take a look at our Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay and see just what happened. You see the 4 car, you see the 7 car of Aaron Smith, driver who's been up front most of the night, up there in the 2nd position for both stage 1 and stage 2. Gets a tap and goes around to see if we can get a different camera angle on it here. He has to check up for the number 4 machine of Harper, as Harper got a little loose there and got a tap from behind. I'm not sure who that was. We'll try to get another look here. See who that was that tapped him. That is the number 12 of Tim Schofield. That gives him a shot in the shorts after he had to check up for the number 4 machine getting loose out of turn 2. So we'll take a look here back at live pictures. Chris Wally, Cody Harger, Brandon Mefford. And Chris Mefford. A lot of drivers down pit road. Aaron Smith as well. You see him right there. Getting tires, getting repairs. Getting ready to roll back out on track here. We'll see just how things go for Aaron Smith. See if he can get that number 70 machine back up towards the front here in the last, I believe it will be 9 to run when we go back green. Matt Henry leading the way now. Kevin McCann is back into 2nd. What a charge for Kevin McCann, as he has come from the back to the front twice in this race and looking for a race win. He had to go to the rear after winning stage number 1. Went to the rear again after winning stage number 2. And here we are, as it sits right now, 11 to run this time across the stripe. Kevin McCann has driven back to the front and is in 2nd. Brian Mefford has fallen short in this race and sits in 19th. Brian McCann sits in 19th after driving to the front 3 times here in this race. A lot of action here tonight as McCann sits in 2nd following Matt Henry. Matt Henry with the pit strategies to put him up front almost every single restart. Funkhauser is back up into third in the 81. Doug Wasaki is in fourth in the 34. Mefford rounding out your top 5 in that 46 machine. And then Chris Wally, Trumbley, Harger, Mefford, Harper, your top 10. Lights are out on the pace track, getting ready to go back green this time by. Matt Henry will lead them back to the green flag. Kevin McCann, the man on a mission tonight who has led the most laps and won stage 1 and stage 2. This man is going to be bringing home a lot of points if he can pull off the win. Here they come out of turn number 4. Pace car going to be dropping to the apron. And Matt Henry will lead them back to the green flag. Green flag is out. And Henry will lead them away down into turns number 1 and 2. Kevin McCann is going to take a shot at the inside. McCann back to the race lead. Here comes Chris Mefford. Mefford is up into third. Here, Chris Wally looking to the outside, going 3 wide around the number 34 machine of Doug Wasaki. Funkhauser in third, side by side. For third, Chris Wally. Or for fourth, Chris Wally, Doug Wasaki side by side. Battle going on up front for the second position. Mefford moves into second. McCann leading the way now. Henry back to third. Doug Wasaki and Chris Wally side by side still for that fourth position. Wally on the outside, Wasaki on the inside. Wally gets the run down the back straightaway out of turn number 2 into turn number 3. Here comes Harger in the 66 looking at the inside of Wasaki. Chris Mefford takes the lead away from McCann while we were watching that battle. Mefford gets the lead away from McCann. Can McCann get him? We're 7 to run, 6 to run this time by Chris Mefford. Now leads over McCann. McCann leads the entire race until now. Chris Wally looking at the inside of Henry for third. What a race here tonight. You've got to love it. If you're not enjoying this, then you should look into a new hobby, because racing might not be it for you. Side by side, 4-4. That's Harger and Henry. Harger on the bottom, Henry on the top. Out of turn number 4. Your top 5 with 5 laps to run. Lap number 136 of 145 to run. Mefford leading over McCann. Wally in third. Harger in fourth. Harger looking for it after Wally, and caution flag's out. Caution flag waves. This is going to put Mefford and McCann back side by side for the race win. It's going to be green, white checkered. Can Mefford hold on over McCann? We'll take a look here at our Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Look at the number 88. That's Jarrett Widener. 3 wide into turns number 1 and 2, it looks like. Just a little tap there, as there was not a lot of racing room between the 83 of Brandon Mefford and the 88 of Jarrett Widener. Steve Singer was in that 6 machine on the outside. Take a look here. It looks like there was another incident on the track. That's the 51 of Hunter Clark. Oh, and he clips the 88. That happened so quick we missed it. But you see the 51 of Hunter Clark clip him and go around there as well, getting caught up in that one. We jump back to live pictures. Story of the night. Kevin McCann drives from the back to the front twice. Chris Mefford took the lead away in an unexpected turn of events there. They will be lined up side by side. Chris Wally showing a lot of speed here at the end. He will be restarting in third. Harger in the 66. He'll be in fourth. And Schofield in fifth in that number 12 machine. This one is anyone's ball game, as we're going to have 2 laps to run when we come back green. There's going to be a green flag. When they come back, they'll come around one time, they'll take the white flag, and then they'll come back around, and that will end the race. The 2 fastest cars on track right now, the 3 fastest cars on track are sitting 1, 2, and 3. That's Mefford, McCann, and Wally. This one, anyone's game. And look who's made it back on track. It's Brian Mefford. He's made it back on track. That's not the one I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. Whoop. Didn't mean to have that many things up. Brian McCann sits 4 laps down in 19th. What a tough break for Brian McCann. He was leading and then falls away, as his race win hopes have been dashed for that number 3 machine. Too many Meffords to keep straight. I agree, Troy. Too many Meffords and too many McCanns. I keep getting the 2 mixed up. It doesn't really help that we have I guess it's Brandon Mefford and Brian McCann, but I still end up getting those 2 mixed up as well. See, I've gotten to notice, it seems like this league is kind of like a family of affairs. We've got 2 Meffords, 2 McCanns, 2 Quicks, 2 Clarks. I feel like this league is just a family affair out here. So we have Mefford and McCann on the front row. McCann is on the outside. Mefford is on the inside. Row number 2, that's Chris Wally on the inside. Cody Harger on the outside. Row number 3, that's Tim Schofield on the inside. Matt Henry on his outside. And Aaron Smith is back into 7th as he restarts outside of Doug Wasaki. This race is still anyone's game. It is pretty awesome, isn't it? I have to agree with you, Troy. As we get set to go green out of turn number 4. Mefford leading the way right now. He took the lead away from McCann in the last 5 laps. Last 5 green flag laps. Black and white cars on the front. Pink and white cars in row number 2. Here we go. Chris Mefford brings him back to the green flag. What a great jump. McCann slow on that restart. Not sure what's going on with Kevin McCann there on that restart. His caution flag immediately waves. Not real sure what brought the caution right back out. Really not sure what brings it right back out. We're going to have another green-white checkered here. As a lot of drivers, looks like they weren't quite ready for this one. We want to thank everyone for joining us out here tonight, both on Facebook and on YouTube. Catch us every single week here with the Iracing IROC Challenge Truck Series, sponsored by Spartan Logistics Management. So that last quick restart and then caution allowed Chris Wally to get the second. Kevin McCann falls back to third, but he's now on the inside. Will that help him? We'll find out. As we're going to have another green-white checkered. Can Mefford hold on? Can Chris Wally's late race charge give him the win? Can Kevin McCann do it? He has already done twice and win the third and final stage, bringing home the race win in that 33 machine for McCann Racing. I think that's what it says on the hood. I'm gonna get a close up here and see just what it says on the hood of that thing. So 33 McCann on the rear. Kevin McCann Gaming. Not 100% sure if that's maybe if he's a streamer or a content creator of some sort, but we'll have to look into that. Get a word with him after the race is over. So we get set for another green-white checkered. Chris Mefford leads the way. Chris Wally in second. Kevin McCann in third. Lights are still on the pace car. Lights are out on the pace cars. We get set to go green, this time by Chris Mefford leading the way. Chris Wally on his outside. Kevin McCann on the inside of row number 2. Tim Schofield on his outside. As we get set to go green, can Mefford hold on? Can Wally beat him out on the outside? Can McCann pull off the third and final stage win, bringing home the overall race victory? Pace car's ducking off. Here comes Mefford. Green flag is out. And he's away. Mefford getting a good jump over Wally. Wally holds on to second, but for how long? Here comes McCann to the inside. McCann up to second. Tim Schofield trying to get up there to the back of Wally and get that third position away. McCann is looking to chase down. Look at the run into turn number 3. Here comes McCann. McCann looking to set up Mefford for the pass. White flag in the air, this time by 1 lap to run. The next flag will finish the race, whether it be a caution or the checkered. It doesn't matter, the next flag will win a race, and as of right now, it is Mefford. This race is Mefford's unless he makes a mistake. Down the back straightaway. Turn number 3. Now turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Chris Mefford is going to win round number 2 for the iRacing IROC Challenge Series, followed by McCann, Wally, Smith, Schofield, your top 5. What a race to the finish, and what a win for Chris Mefford. That number 46 Toyota bringing home the third and final stage, bringing home the win. Here for the Spartan Logistic Management iRacing IROC Challenge Series. And it is time for the victory donuts and our final results. Mefford, if you're listening, Troy Radford says, congrats, great run for the Falcon Motorsports number 46. Congratulations on the win for Chris Mefford. Kevin McCann is second, Chris Wally third, Aaron Smith fourth, Tim Schofield fifth, Cody Harger sixth, Matt Henry 7th, Neil Quick 8th, Joshua Funkhauser 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is going to be Chris Cook. And it's going to be Harper, Clark, Wasaki, Singer, Mefford, McCann. What a tough break for Brian McCann, leading the race, looking good for the race win, and then having those virtual mechanical issues taking him out. David Trumbley in 18th. Jarrett Widener, Matthew Brower, Vincent Short, Kyle Steffens, Brian McCubbin, Eric Dawson, and Colt Cecil will round out your field here for round number 2, the Spartan Logistics Management iRacing IROC Challenge Series. So we'll take a second step aside, unless they're in here. If they're already in here, we will go on with our interviews. And we're going to take a second to step aside. Thank some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back with the interviews from our top 3. But alrighty, we are back here with the Iracing IROC Challenge Series here on Ultimate Dirt TV. And trying to get caught up with Chris Wally, our third place finisher. Has he got a mic check yet? Chris? I guess not a mic check, but Chris, you got a copy? I guess not. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and move on with our second place finisher. That is Kevin McCann. Kevin, what a heck of a run from the back to the front, not once but twice to come home with second. Looked like there for a while you were going to get that race win, but then Mefford was able to take away from you there in the last few laps.
Yeah, he pitted on lap 129, whatever the second to last caution was, and I tried a little bit of a different strategy. Wanted to see what the old tires would do. I wanted track position, but didn't pan out. He got by me pretty quickly there, and yeah, I just didn't have enough tire left for him, unfortunately.
Still managed to come home with a second place finish. There on the first green-white checkered attempt, when it looked like we were about to come back to green, you fell back to third momentarily just for that one caution. What was going on there? Did you know the caution was coming back out already, or did you just not get a good restart there? What happened on that restart?
No, I made a mistake. I spun tires off of the start there. Starting on old tires here was very tricky, especially when you hit third gear. So I just made a mistake and didn't get going, and Chris got by me. But I think it worked out in my favor because the yellow did come out, and then I had a preferred starting position down there on the bottom lane. So that was fortunate there.
Things able to work out in your favor to get that second place position back and get the second place finish. And coming home with not only the second place finish, but 2 stage wins on the night. We'll give you a second to thank sponsors and everybody who helps you get up there to the front and dominate like you did here tonight.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Chris and everyone for putting on the league, you guys for broadcasting, and my brother Brian's internet service provider, because they allowed me to get up to second place tonight.
Alrighty, and that is Kevin McCann. We're going to get a second attempt here for Chris Wally. Chris, you got a copy yet? There we go.
Sir,
All
I got
right.
you now.
All right, so Chris Wally coming home in third. And Chris, you ran up towards the front the majority of the night. You started back in, I believe it was 15th, as I'm showing you 12 spots to the good tonight. Worked your way up there and battled your way out for third. Tell us a little bit about what it was like getting through that field.
Yeah, I tell you what, it was actually it was a long night for me. That first stage, when them tires fell off, I was slow. I think Kevin was about 0.4 of a second away from putting me a lap down right before he allowed me to stay on the lead lap and then take advantage of the shorter stages, and just happened to work out well.
Bringing it home in third place. I'll tell you what, my personal opinion, you got one of the 2 best looking cars out there on the track, but I'm a big fan of pink, especially on race cars. So,
yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, you can't miss it, can you? It looks good.
No, you can't. You definitely cannot. You and I believe it's Cody Harger's got the other pink car out there, but
that's right.
Definitely looks good. So you're the man behind the scenes here on the Asphalt series. So I'm gonna see if I can help you out here and help out the league a little bit. Are you recruiting still for the league?
So how we do our recruiting for this in particular league is at the end of this season, we have a mini season. We run this past mini season. We actually had 2 of them, had 2 5-week seasons where the top 5 of each group make their way into the big league. The top 15 at season's end automatically get an advance to the season 4 moving forward. And then we'll have those mini seasons again, and that's how we go about our invites. You know, you race your way in, so that way there's no preference. We can't take but so many guys, and we would rather have quality racers and guys that are committed. So go out there and show what you can do and finish top 5 and make your way in.
And for anybody watching that might be wanting to get in, how do they go about getting into the mini series? Are they under hosted, or do they have to contact the Facebook page? How do they get there?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can reach out to our Facebook page, Iracing IROC Series now. We changed that name because we have the Dirt and the Challenge Series. You can also reach us at our website, iroc-series.com, and put an inquiry in and reach out to us. Stay in touch, and we'll let everybody know when those seasons start up.
And that is Chris Wally. And before I let you get out of here, I'm going to go ahead and let you thank your sponsors and everybody who helped you put on that awesome show and get up to 3rd here tonight for that number 5 machine.
Absolutely, yeah. First off, Spartan Logistics, we couldn't do it without them. They are huge for us with Brian Rick. He unfortunately is on vacation this week. Hopefully he's watching over in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, enjoying himself. R&R Racewear with the Quick brothers there. Both of them have been awesome to us last season and this season. We've got the iRacing Lounge podcast on board, Loud Pedal Gaming, Hydrotech PC, and then I got to give a shout out to Edward Jones. That's who I'm a financial advisor for. So hey, if anybody needs any financial assistance or just a conversation, reach out. Christopher Wally, Edward Jones.
You might be hearing from me. All right, and that is Chris Wally, the man behind the scenes. And Chris, I'm going to ask you to stick around and have a chat after we go off air. But catching up now with our race winner, Chris Mefford in the 46, bringing it home. He is also the hard charger, up 17 positions to take home the race win in that number 46 Toyota. Chris, what a fantastic run.
Yeah, not too bad, is it?
Definitely not. Brought it up there to the front. Did you think coming into that final stage that you was going to be able to get around Kevin McCann? Were you feeling confident? You were quick all night. What was going through your head there coming into the final stage?
I mean, the truck was fast. Me and Wally raced around each other a lot tonight, probably more than usual. And it's just a lot of good, hard racing by everybody. So hats off to everybody because we had some good green flag runs, good, real good, hard side-by-side racing. It was nice to actually be able to use 2 lanes and both lanes be just as fast as the other. But no, I mean, man, Kevin and Aaron Smith, them guys were gone. Them guys there was another zip code. Brian was fast. I could hang with Brian, but he just had that little bit of edge on me. No, going that last stage, I came in with about 10 to go on the previous stage, took tires, took fuel, and I just rode on the back the rest of that time. I was about 2 seconds from getting lapped when the caution flew, just to try to save tires and flip the split. And it worked out pretty good. I held the lead for a couple laps. Then Brian got ahead of me, and then I just rode there. And then, fortunately for me, his internet messed up. I hate racing guys for a win or anybody at that, and they lose their internet connection. That kind of puts a damper on some good fun racing.
It really does. Kind of takes, for me anyways, my experience, it always took away a little bit of the joy of the win, because it's like you got to race for it a little bit, but not quite as much as what you would have liked. Man, you put on one heck of a show for that 46 machine. And Falcon Motorsports, I believe it is, right?
That is correct.
What a fantastic run. And if I'm not mistaken, you're the one I was talking with last week over on the YouTube chat, right?
That was me.
That was you. So now I can put a voice to the name.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like this season is the season of vacations. I said I'm on vacation. So hopefully Brian McCann and Kevin McCann go on vacation next week, so I have a chance to win.
So Chris Mefford throwing it out there, just putting a little hint there for the McCanns to go on vacation. But Chris, what a heck of a run! Way to bring home the win. We'll let you thank your sponsors and everybody who helps you get that number 46 machine up there to the front tonight.
Yeah, first, thank you, Wally, for the league. You know, I tried to get him to push back the race last week a week, just so I can run it, but I guess this kind of makes up for it. And the scheme, he killed the scheme. There's a lot of blue and white cars out there, but I wanted something a little different with the really bright fluorescent yellow numbers. Chris said he has green on my truck, and I know he don't. Thanks, Chris. Thank you for the broadcast. All the sponsors that Chris named off earlier, without them, it wouldn't be possible. Even though it is a simulator, them guys do help out more than the average Joe knows. Shout out to my brother Brandon. He got in an early incident and rebounded pretty well. Our other friend Doug Wasaki, he had a great run going, and then that last restart really hurt him. Shout out to my Falcon Motorsports teammates on the other side of the Next Gen series. We always push each other, make each other better. Shout out to my sponsors from them is Zoe's Place, Race for Riley. Those are some causes and benefits that we run close because they are very close to my family. So I like to run those causes on at least my other series. So I want to thank all of them guys, all the people watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the race.
All right, well, congratulations again to Chris Mefford bringing home the win here for Falcon Motorsports and that number 46 machine here on the iRacing IROC Challenge Series, sponsored by Spartan Logistics Management. What a fantastic night and a fantastic finish. What I would have done just now is thrown it to Alex to get his final thoughts, but he's not here. So my final thoughts. A lot of surprises, a lot of things happening in this race that shook up the finish, shook up the results. Brian McCubbin early on in the race, midway through the race, wrecks it on a restart when he was restarting in second. Brian McCann's internet failing him. A lot of stuff shaking up the finish of this race, bringing in a lot of excitement, and I cannot wait to see next week's race. Chris, are you still with me?
I'm with you.
Where is next week's race at?
That's a good question. Give me 2 seconds if you got anything else to say right there.
All right. So while he takes a second to look at that, we're going to go ahead and give a quick recap of our top five. That was Chris Mefford coming home with the win, Kevin McCann in second, and Chris Wally rounding out the top three podium positions, Aaron Smith fourth, and Tim Schofield in fifth. Fantastic race. Atlanta Motor Speedway is always one of my favorite tracks.
And we'll follow that up with Richmond. That's where we're going next. Richmond, and then after Richmond, we're actually going to hit the dirt. Go to Charlotte Dirt Track.
Yeah, we definitely need to talk after this one here. But so there you go. We'll be at Richmond here next week with the Spartan Logistics Management iRacing IROC Challenge Truck Series here on Ultimate Dirt TV. I want to thank you everybody for joining us. We want to thank our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV, SRT Australia, Speed Shop 51, World of Thunder Esports League, FEG PC, and Spartan Logistics. I believe that covers all of them. And if not, you know who you are. So, we'll see you guys next time. I believe our next broadcast here on Ultimate Dirt TV is on Sunday for the World of Thunder Esports League. I should say Miller Family Trucking Esports League, presented by World of Thunder. With that, signing off, I am BJ Duvall. Alex Robinson had some internet issues earlier. Hopefully he'll be joining us back